Good afternoon, esteemed judges, respected participants, and our distinguished audience. A warm welcome to debate competition where eloquence in words. I am my co-anchor Verma, and we are honored to be your host for this debate competition. The guidelines for this debate competition are as follows. Each team will be allocated a total of 10 minutes to present their arguments. It's important to note that exceeding the allocated time by any beyond 15 minutes will result in reduction of marks. The initial phase, the team advocating in favor of motion will present the argument. Subsequently, the opposing team will present the arguments against the motion. The first bell will ring after 8 minutes of the allocated time to each team. The second bell will be giving after completion of one side of the motion. A 5-minute period will be dedicated to rebuttal of the board team, and a bell will ring after the conclusion of allotted rebuttal time.
I am pleased to extend an invitation to participants of Team 1 for the debate competition on the topic of LGBTQ plus community in Indian culture, role and impact of youth. Your insights and perspectives on this crucial subject are eagerly awaited. I now invite participants to the stage, both those advocating in favor and against the topic, to present their compelling arguments in this debate competition. I would like to invite Vachan Singh Rajpurohit, Kailash Soni, Ohil Solanki. Vachan Singh Rajpurohit, Kailash Soni, Ohil Solanki, Prabal Soni in favor of this topic, and Arpan Jain, Devangi Mohan Gupta, Parvesh Purohit, Ganeshma in against the topic. Can we have the huge round of applause for the debaters, please? The debaters may proceed with the
Ready to the chair, I am Ajay Semester 1, LLB, ELB. I would like to start the debate competition in favor of you. I would like to speak in the favor of this topic. First, let me speak on the term LGBTQ. The L stands for the lesbian, females who are sexually attracted to the other females only. A, G stands for the gays, males who are sexually attracted to the males only. Y, B stands for bisexuals, male and females both, which are sexually attracted to other male and female both. Trans, T stands for the transgender people who are who are not dividing male or female. And transgender people also come in this category. Now, I would like to start. Now, my colleague will start with the historical background. Well, I'm in the favor of LGBTQ community here, and I'm starting with the historical aspect, which today people of today's generation says that LGBTQ community is a Western concept, but it is an historical concept and belongs to our roots of Indian community. They are very historical findings of ancient temples like Khajuraho temple, which shows that to male god or deities representing their genitals to each other. And there's more example of two female deities involving in a sexual position at the sun temple position. And there's an ancient book of Kama Sutra, which represent that Vikriti evam Prakriti, which means that non-natural is also natural. And state the term non-natural was given by the Britishers, and they imposed ban on the transgender people or criminalized the Tribe Act in 1871 and said the transgenders as unnatural. But an historical example of Mahabharata, there are kings who were transgenders, and they were also the protectors and the guards of the courts and the kingdom. They were also transgenders. Means they are also got represented and have a great respect in the community at the ancient time also. Now my colleague will represent the culture. Not in only culture, but we see the current scenario. According to the science, sexual orientation is a biological phenomenon which was not under anyone's control and it is scientifically proven. Another thing is that the 17% population of India is LGBT, from the LGBT community. It was the survey was done by the global survey, and still it's a large ratio of the population of our country, but we are only focused on them. If you see about and let's see that they belong from the country secondly, but first they are the part of this nation only. According to the article, if you see, according to Article 14, the right to equality gives to everyone to show them as an equal representation and equal freedom for everything. But why we are suppressing them for what they are? We always suppress them what we should they should be them. If we see in our historical era also that the Lord Shiva was also known as the Earth Ganesh. In this form, he was known as a transgender. If you see in Article 21, it gives the right to liberty and the right to live with the dignity. According to this article, they have right to live in the way they want to be. But our society always used to challenge this thing. If we see the role of the and the youth, this we can see that the major decision is made by the help of the youth, like the decriminalization of Section 77, which is a case for the Johor Singh, Johor versus the Union of India. According to this, in Section 377 of IPC, it was given that this oral sex and these kind of sexual activities are unnatural. These are the criminalized. But after this case, it was a landmark judgment of this community that now this criminalization. Not only this, on the transgenders, it was given as a section 2 subclause 10 with the Bhati Act Rita. The definition of the gender, the pronoun he, and its respective are used of any person, whether male, female, or transgender. It was amended with the help of the Transgender Protection Act of 2019, Section 2, Subclause K. Earlier, it was in IPC Section 8, 1860. Not only this, now after with the help of the current youth and the current people, government are used to take policies, making policies and act for the benefit of these people, like the policies of for the transgender people, like pension, housing program, free operations in government hospitals, and many more. Tamil Nadu and Kerala are the first state in which introduced this kind of policies. Now, my colleague will help to help in the challenges they are facing. Despite this community having a great historical background and 17% of population in the country, they still face many challenges by the society. This community is given very low position in social strata and are subjected to all types of exploitation, discrimination, disparities, oppression, violence, civil rights violation, ill treatment, and deprivations. They face marginalization by the society. They are
we have often seen society isolating them from the mainstream. They face violence from the society, like honor killing, corrective rapes, and the society treats this community as a disease, and they often give shock treatments to children to treat it. They
The LGBTQ community in Indian culture has been gaining more visibility and acceptance, particularly among the youth. In recent years, there has been significant shift in attitudes towards the LGBTQ community in India. With younger generation leading the way, the youth have played a crucial role in challenging societal norms and understanding and advocating for equal rights and acceptance. Their activism and advocacy efforts have helped create a safe space for members of LGBTQ plus community to express themselves authentically. Today, homosexuality is acceptable to more Indian youth than ever before. But acceptance of their sexuality and freedom to openly express their gender choices still remain a constant struggle for LGBT people. It is still a taboo in India. People make fun of them without even realizing the damage they are causing to them both mentally and physically.
It's not. It's all about us. It's the society gives them chance. To LGBT community, he can find the gems like Saurabh Kirpal, Jyoti Mundal. That is like Jyoti Mundal, the first transgender judge and the social welfare worker who used to play a major role in welfaring of the society, in shaping the society in favor of the transgender people and the LGBT community. If you see the story of Saurabh Kirpal, he is open gay and recently there's a rumor of even High Court judge also. He used to practice for 20 decades in session courts, and he played a major role in sections decriminalization of Section 77 also. As we go back to the historical aspect, these transgender people have a great respect in the South and North. But due to the cultural aspect, the changes in the culture, the northern people are trying to adopt the westernization and spreading hatred toward these communities. In the southern region of India, people even respect these transgender people and they have their own culture. Okay. And a very good afternoon to our respected teachers, guest presents here, and all dear students. I have LGBT. Okay. So let me introduce myself. Yeah. Hi and very good afternoon to our respected teachers, guest presents here, and our dear students. I, Panjan, will speak about LGBTQ, role of our youth, and negative impact on the society. As my friend Kalash Vachan told us about the basic of this community and also their positive impact on youth, let's go ahead and know about the reality. Some reports shows that 17% of Indian population identify as homosexual, which is quite a great amount. And eventually we can see that there is some queerness among the people, as we are still not capable enough to accept the fact that LGBTQ can be any of us. Well, there are positive outcomes for LGBTQ plus individuals. What does a negative outcome experience looks like for someone of this community? LGBTQ plus community members might live without the support of their family due to their coming out. Some have sought professional help to deal with the pain of coming out, while others were able to resolve their pain on their own. These individuals might lose their close relationship with parents, siblings, and extended family after coming out. And I think this reaction from family is quite justifiable as the Indian family needs a secure future for their children. And after same-sex marriage, we can clearly see that biologically there is no future. Indian culture always look for their religious belief and want their children to grow the generation, which is not possible in LGBTQ. Let's talk about the central government's call out to Supreme Court about the legal recognition for same-sex marriage. Center says there can be no fundamental right to recognize a particular form of social relationship. Secondly, they said statutory recognition of marriage as a union between a man and woman is intrinsically linked to the recognition of heterogeneous institution of marriage and the acceptance of Indian society based on its culture and societal values which are recognized by the competent legislature. Then they said consideration of societal morality are relevant in consideration of validity of legislature. Central government says the right to life and liberty under Article 21 can't be read to include within it any implicit approval of same-sex marriage. Now let's talk about the same-sex marriage. Imagine same-sex marriage in the country where people still don't marry a person from another caste. Majority of people are heterosexual, and in India we still have some major aspects to touch instead of looking on these arguments. As one of the most developed countries, Japan has not legalized same-sex marriage yet, and Uganda, when it's identifying as LGBT in anti-homosexuality law, where the people who will identify themselves as LGBTQ will get penalized. It's just an American game, according to me, and westernized culture where we can clearly see the impact on USA as there are several conflicts going on between the communities. Now, my friend,
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Divangi Mohta from first semester doing BA LLB integrated program. Now coming to the impact, negative impact on the culture of India. Culture means
sorry for that. Yeah, so let hello. Right now, the Supreme Court decision is just that what a person does in a private space is nobody's business for their sake of their pleasure. Now we clearly see no discrimination against them as marriage refers to the future generation. There should be no need to get them married. There would be several questions if we talk about the same-sex marriage, like in case of gay marriage, who will be the wife? These questions will arrive and there would be a chaos among the nation. The reason I oppose same-sex marriage is it's not a marriage. Calling something marriage, it does not make it marriage. Marriage has always been the commitment between a man and woman. That's how families are formed. And if you guys talk about adoption, every child should be raised by his natural mother and father. In adopting a child who will be living in a same-sex union environment, he will always be missing a mother and father role model. Through this, we can see that homosexual movement downgrades motherhood and fatherhood. It defeats the state's purpose of benefiting marriage. Homosexual people's primary purpose is the personal gratification of individuals. Now, my friend Devangi will speak.
I once again introduce myself. I am Devangi Mohta. Now coming to the cultural aspects. Culture is a set of beliefs, customs, and traditions of the society. Of the society. Of the society. Being India, being a cultural diverse country, the rise and introduction of this community in our culture challenges our traditional values and will hamper and hit our age-old customs, beliefs, which we have been following since ages. Furthermore, this concept is totally a byproduct of globalization, which promotes homosexuality or homogeneity. If we will adopt this concept, our culture will lose its distinctiveness, values, norms, and uniqueness, which leads to our Indian society to a homogeneous society rather than a heterogeneous society. The equality or homogeneity is the biggest threat to the societal health as well as these kinds of relationships promote and spread various kinds of sexual transmitted diseases, which in turn will liable for a country health structure. Now coming to how LGBTQ community negatively impact our law and order of a country. This concept may lead to the increase in cases of forced intercourse and rape with the other gender belongings. So the rights should be given to the LGBTQ community persons, but with some control and reasonable restrictions. There are large number of chances that youth who is not aware of this concept may unintentionally identify themselves with this wrong gender identity to this community because of such influence. Now my friend Garishma will go further for it.
It's natural that a person is attracted to opposite gender, which helps in further growth. But there is no growth in nothing natural if a person is attracted to its same gender. By birth, if you are born as a man, then you identify as a man, and if you are born as a woman, you identify as a woman. Norms and morality are unwritten rules that are followed and accepted by the society. And currently, our society, due to its cultural and religious background, and many religions does not allow such practice and decision, is not in the condition to accept this community. People also express their concern about potential influence of LGBT visibility. Thank you.
Uh, let's go towards the rebuttal arguments. Firstly, you argued that these are homosexual people and there is no future of it. The people are belonging to the child's who are uh, the adoption centers.
Okay, so please tell me, is biologically there is future for that?
That's what I'm coming to. These people are highly educated people and they don't know that they do know that they cannot reproduce. But this will indirectly increase the development of a country because the adoption centers where children are suffering from other 2 or 3 diseases, which hospital isn't able to take care of them. These people are going to adopt those children and develop them, and they will indirectly increase the development of the country. Secondly, you said there are mental impacts of on the children who are adopted by the or LGBT. These people are just like and they people well know that their child what they want, their desires, they will let them go if their child belongs to a straight community, they will agree and they accept that they're gonna marry to same sex or other sex if the child belongs to a particular healthy health or state mentality.
Can we secure it by your opinion? As we can clearly see there should be an there should be a missing thing of motherhood and fatherhood. As
They will provide the love mother and father to the children also. Also, they are providing the love. The child needs the love. Not a single father and mother can adopt and take care of the children.
okay, thank you. Can I go with my question?
Before saying towards they are the individuals of the country and they have the rights before belonging to the community. They are the individuals of the country. They have the rights to live and live with liberty and equality.
They are living without getting any punishment. So it's about same-sex marriage, which is opposed by our government, and we are against that.
But the topic is community. It's not about the marriage. And first of all, you said that the marriage is a sacred thing. They not never not about the things that only a million million get this thing. And you say the negative impact. There is no negative impact. 70% is a huge ratio. And you are saying about and if
17, not 17.
yes, 17. If we say this, there are many latent homosexuals. If you know the term latent homosexual, it was used for the people who don't come out as what they are in this community. And you said about the sexual transmitted disease. It can be transmitted between normal people also. It's not about only AIDS and can be done only between the LGBT community. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to ask you guys a question. What will be the limit of LGBTQ plus plus plus? For example, there are a number of genders that have not been decided upon. That's what there is one in LGBTQ plus. When will they get identified and so that we can go with the constitution amendment?
There are 200 plus genders, if I'm not wrong.
Okay, so is it decided yet?
Not decided, 200 plus I said.
Yeah.
And it will increase, but because people are coming out, people are getting to know, and there are many other things in this world that are not known to people yet. But they are working on that, and this will work on this as well.
Thank you so much. That was a lovely rebuttal and a casting of words. Give them a huge round of applause. I would like to extend my gratitude to all debaters for sharing your knowledge with all of us. Now, I would like to proceed with second debate of the day. There is a slight change in the guidelines of debate competition. Each participant will be given 2 minutes, means 2 minutes per person, and there will be no rebuttal. And after 2 minutes, they will